Hey guys, welcome to a detailed guide about the data box Datova Schranka, because many of you will have to start using, or you actually had to start using it. If you don't know what data box is, or you want to know a bit more about the background and maybe also my opinion about the whole idea, then go check my previous video about this topic, which will be posted somewhere here. But today I will talk more about, and I will show you around the data box, so like how to use it if you actually need to use it or want to use it. So let's go. You'll probably lose my face in a second, which hopefully you don't mind. Hopefully you will be hearing me properly. And the most important thing is anyway the laptop here. So first thing is, when you already have the trade license. Of course, if you have a trade license, you have to get the data box. But if you already have the data box set up, you have the login. Then you just go to this page and log into the data box. I think the easiest option is to log in using the login, the name, the username, and the password. But you have also other options where you can log in, for example, through your internet banking of your Czech bank. But many of these options didn't really work for foreigners. So I would still recommend using the standard way of your username and password. So then you type it in and you, oh, come on. Okay, you log in. And basically it looks like an email box, like an inbox, where you, like the first thing you see when you log in is the received messages, okay? So these are messages you received from some authorities. It can be from the Ministry of the Interior, it can be from the Social Security, it can be from healthcare, tax office, or even other companies can send you, or other freelancers can send you a message. So technically it works the same way as an email. You create a message, you send it to someone, and someone creates a message, sends it to you. You can send it like just a text message, let's say, like just a type in, like an email, or you can also attach attachments. I'll get to all that in a second, but just to give you the idea. So basically it works the same way as an email box. This menu here is exactly about that. So this is received messages. You see that we have 5 received messages. Then you can go to send messages. So this is like all the send messages, history, and saved messages. So that's pretty like simple. Of course, there are some differences. It's not like it doesn't work based on emails. It works based on your data box ID. Okay, so if you're typing in, I'll show you how to write a new message in a second. So you will see that when you're typing in the recipient, you don't write an email. You can look it up based on if you already know the data box number of the person or of the company or the governmental body you want to send a message to, you can use that data box ID, or you can start searching for it in a different way. I'll show you in a second. There are also some important things which I will mention now for those of you who are like who will listen to everything I say. The data box generally is good for things which, let's say, documents that are yours. Okay, so you typed in something, you printed it out, you signed it, and you want to send it somewhere. Or you actually don't need to sign it, because if it's sent from your data box, it's kind of obvious that you sent it. So you don't even need to sign it, but it's good for documents that work like this. So for example, for your tax return, Social Security report, healthcare report, that's pretty easy to use. And it's good. It works actually well. Not really well. The taxes don't really work well for many reasons, but you can use it pretty simply, and it might actually like be helpful to you. But for example, if you want to communicate with the Ministry of the Interior, then this is even more complicated than just like sending physical mail, because what you need to do, okay, how it works. Hello. So you see me as well. Sorry for that. No, I'm not sorry. I'm happy with my strange face. So anyway, back to the topic. How it works, unfortunately, with all these attachments, let's say, is that if you have your own document, so let's say I wrote a message like that, I scanned it, I can directly send it, and that's okay. But if you get an official document, for example, I don't know, you want to scan a letter from someone else. Okay, let's say your mom wrote a letter, or I don't know, some example which you could actually which would actually happen. So I don't know, you want to scan someone's trade license. Okay. You want to change your address with the ministry, and you want to send the rental agreement, the lease agreement to the ministry via data box. You cannot just scan the original contract and then attach the scan to the data box, to the message, and send it like that, because you could have modified the contract. It's not your document only, because there is also a signature of the other party, the landlord. So you cannot just scan it and send it to the ministry. They will not accept it like that. You have to first take the original document to a post office. They will scan it, they will upload it to a special cloud. Then you go to the cloud when you get back to home or to your office, you download it from the cloud, and then you can upload it to the data message, and then you can send it. So it's actually like too complicated if you just want to scan some or send some document which is not yours originally, like not only is with your signature, but it has some other signatures, or it's not like original document written signed by you. Then you just need to go to the post office, wait in the line for 20 minutes, then it will take them half an hour to scan it and upload it. And then you need to go back home, download it again, and then upload it again, and then send it. So it's like, it's easier if you anyway need to go to the post office. So if you just put the document to an envelope and send it like via normal post. The advantage of this, the only, I would say, advantage in case you're sending documents like that, is that it's delivered immediately. So it's especially useful if, for example, we in some cases are on the last date of some deadline. The ministry told us you have 2 weeks to deliver these documents, and we received the document on the very last day of the deadline. So the data box is actually useful because we can send it and it's delivered basically immediately, and we are within the deadline. If we were to send it via mail, it could be delivered like a couple days later and we could miss the deadline. So that actually is useful in these cases, but it's still more complicated. And the same way, for example, if you receive, let's say, a registration from or something you want to use somewhere else. If you just receive some document you basically just use for yourself, you print it out, put it into some shelf or some drawer, and then you never open it again, then you can just download it and use it. That's fine. But if the authorities send you something which you need to use somewhere else officially, then you cannot just like print it out, download it, print it out on your printer, and that's it. You need to actually like go again to the post office. You first need to generate a special file. I will show you. I have it. No, maybe I don't have it here anymore. But anyway, you need to generate a special file, which is so-called conversion message, let's say, and it will generate a special kind of like a QR code, a barcode, and you need to take the barcode to the post office. They will scan the barcode, that will upload them the document, then they will download it, print it, and then they will put a stamp on it saying, okay, we confirm this is a genuine document. It's called conversion, and it's either conversion from electronic document, which would be if you receive a document and you want to use it physically, so conversion from electronic, or conversion to electronic document. That's the previous what I explained, that you have some document with you which wasn't only signed by you but some other parties as well, and then you want to convert it into an electronic message which you can actually or electronic file which you can actually send to some authorities. So it's a good idea, but still in some cases, and especially with the Ministry of the Interior, it's like even more complicated than just doing it the old school like paper work. So because you still need the paper, plus you need to take it to the post office, plus then you need to deal with the electronic version. So it's the only difference or the only advantage, as I mentioned, is that it goes faster. like it's delivered the same way as email or even faster. So yeah. Anyway, there is a lot I could talk about, like how it is delivered and when it's considered delivered, and if you download the message or don't download the message. But I don't think we need to go to that details, because in most like normal situations you will not deal with that. And if you do, get in touch. I'll be happy to explain. Or if you go through us for any visa-related processes or tax-related processes or trade license, then we do all this on your behalf. So you don't even need to know what we do. So. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer. But now, finally to the actual guide. So this obviously is the data box, the main page. So this is the first something you can click in the menu. Then this is data treasure, because all the messages you receive will be deleted after 90 days. So for most messages, it doesn't matter. But if you want, you might need some files for longer. Of course, you can download it. You can convert it into a physical document, whatever. So in most cases, you will not need it. But in some cases, you might need the documents to stay there in the data box for longer than 90 days. And in that case, you can activate the data treasure, how to call it in English? Is it treasure as well? Or like data security box, let's say. But that's a paid feature. So you need to activate it, and it's a paid feature. So we don't have it activated, or maybe yes, but I don't use the data box too often. We leave it with our accountant. But you can, if you need documents to stay in the data box for longer, then this is the way to do that. Then of course you have so these are not like nothing important which you would be using for anything. This is like setup or some your like details and stuff. So you can, this is like, sorry, my brain it's like again almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so my brain is a bit fried. But this is how you call it, like all the like the menu where you can set up all the like your username or your name, and you can change your settings. That's the settings. So you can actually set up all the settings here. But and yeah, okay. So maybe one very important thing you should set up here is notification, because you can if you get a message delivered to the data box and you don't have the notification set up, then you will never find out that the message was delivered, and that can be a problem for you, especially if some authorities send you letters here which have some deadlines. Okay, so you could easily miss the deadline just because you didn't know that the data box or you received some message to the data box. So you can set up a notification. The easiest one, the best one, is just forwarding a message to your email. So whenever you receive a message to your data box, it will be forwarded to your email address. You will be notified about that. That's free. You can set up different ways of notification, or different like how much information you want to have in the email, if like the whole info about the message, who sent it, when they send it, all that, or if just like a basic notification that you received a message. So things like that. But definitely this is very important feature, because if you don't set up the notification, you might miss some important messages here. So definitely do that as a first thing to set up. But then the most important, or why most people use it probably, or how you will use it, is to write a message. So if you click this, napsat zprávu, that means write a message, then you will get to this like first page. It has a couple pages which we'll go through together, but this is the first one. So this is the person or the authority or like the company you want to send the message to. So you can either search for like the name, or okay, maybe first you either know their data box ID, but I don't know. We know, of course, for the Ministry of the Interior, for example, and the ones we used often, we know. But if you don't know, you can just start typing the name of the company or the name of the authority. So let's say if you want to send something to tax office in Brno, then you start typing tax office Brno, and you'll see what option it shows you. So let's say finanční, okay, finanční, okay, finanční úřad Brno, okay. And you see that tax office in Brno, how they have different branches, and you can choose the branch you want to send the message to. So let's say for the whole like South Moravian region, so you click here and it automatically starts creating the message. The first thing here is subject, which is the same as subject in the email, with the difference that here you should really like think about the subject, because when we finish the message, you can download a confirmation that the message was delivered, which is important if you're communicating with some like authorities and you want to have confirmation that you send the document when you send it or that you send the message. So it would be good to like make it obvious what it is and like why you send it. So maybe tax return 2022 and your name, so John Smith, for example, Smith, whatever. Okay, so something which will be like obvious what you send, because you can send different documents or different messages to the same authority. So if you just label it message or like whatever, something general, you might not actually know what exactly you send. These sometimes we use, sometimes we don't. This one is if you're sending it to a concrete person, you can type the name here. So Mrs. Dvorak, because you know that that's the lady taking care of your taxes, so you send it directly to her. You can quote some law based on which you're sending whatever. This might be important because this is the file number. So for example, if you're in the process of getting something sorted with the Ministry of the Interior, like your visa, residence permit extensions, whatever, and you're maybe sending some documents related to that, so you can put here your case file. So OAM-1234 /DP, like a long-term residence 2023, and that's it. I usually copy paste it to both, so we see that and they see that as well. So Command C, copy paste it here. That's it. And then you'd go pokračovat, which is like continue. Then you see kind of summary of everything we went through. So from move to priority allocation services, we send a message to the tax office in Brno. It's tax return for 2022 for John Smith. It's for Mrs. Dvořák because she's dealing with the file, and this is the case number. So now, because this will then print, so that's important that you, when I told you that you should like name the subject properly and everything, that's because you will be printing this and you want to know exactly like where you sent, what you sent, why, all that. Then here is you can also write some message. So this would be as an email message, exactly. So let's say, hello, I'm sorry, because I'm sitting like this, so it's difficult to write for me. Hello, Miss Dvořák. I am sending you the promised taxes, whatever, taxes Yeah, like this, John, that's John Smith or whoever that was. Okay, was it John Smith? John Smith. Okay, so John, and then you can attach some files here. So you can attach, and you would just attach what you want. But remember what I said in the beginning, that if you want to attach something which is not what you wrote and what you signed, but it's something official or something more people were involved in, you cannot just like upload a scan of it like from your own like scanner, but you need to upload the special file you downloaded from the special cloud where the post office uploaded the scan of the document you brought to them. So you would attach it here, and then you click send, and that's it. Then it's sent. And then there will appear a confirmation that you send the message, and there will be an option if you want to print it, save it. So you just print it, and it will basically print this basic information, which is why I told you to be careful about the subject and all the other things you typed in. So that's basically how it works. There is more into that, but honestly, for us, we only use it like in very special cases. If like, as I mentioned, for example, if we don't want to miss a deadline, it's the last day of the deadline, we need to deliver something to the ministry, that's the way. Of course, authorities communicate with us this way as well. So we receive plenty of your registrations, for example, for Social Security, healthcare, we receive it by the data box. Not always, we don't really submit it this way either. Because it's kind of, if you send something, for example, for the ministry, it's very confusing for them. If you send some documents via data box, then you send some documents like via mail, and then you submitted something in person when you were submitting the application originally. So then basically they have documents you submitted to the branch, then they need to look in like a standard post, and then they need to look into data box. And it's, honestly, the system is not as good to be able to use it like this efficiently, in my opinion. So it's a good idea, and for some agenda where you don't face any like death penalty, like if you don't send a document to the Ministry of the Interior in time, you will be deported. So if there is no like importance like that, use it. It's great. It's very fast communication, works similarly as an email. It kind of, yeah, it might help you in some aspects, but especially for the Ministry of the Interior and some like other official things where you can face some consequences, I don't really see it as a viable option at the moment. But hopefully this was useful for you. If yes, please share it, comment, like, spread it. If you have any questions, get in touch, join the channel. I'll be happy to shoot another video just for you. So good night, guys. Good day. Have a lovely evening. Have a lovely weekend, and see you again next time. Monday, Thursday, until the end of the world. Ciao. 23 minutes. Damn, it was long. Sorry, guys. See you.